What's up guys, welcome back. OCG Metagame Breakdown for, well, mid of January 2019. It has been a couple of weeks ever since, I believe, early January, the first few days into their new format. So let's take a look. A couple of new cards, new sets, etc. have been released. So again, let's take a look to see if they have an impact. Again, previously we saw that Salamangreat was kind of taking over, especially in their new format. Everything was kind of new and players were of course adapting, and Sky Strikers got a huge hit like Kagari 2-1 for example. And again, Sky Strikers back then took a huge hit, but as you'll be seeing now, it's again climbing back to the top. Anyway, so Metagame Report 3, as you see here, about a little over 30 decks, top performing decks that is. So decks that were able to top their tournament over a period of like 5 tournaments from a past weekend. This is the breakdown, the most recent breakdown from past weekend, but again, very early format I guess, still January in their new format, January 1st, 2019. Couple of tournaments, no big tournaments, still no nationals format yet, so take it with a grain of salt. But a couple of interesting things is that Salamangreat is declining, well, the presence that is, and Sky Strikers currently sit at somewhat like the most represented deck I guess, followed by the new deck being Orcust, more builds really soon, Salamangreat and Zephras. Zephras is still doing great, as in the past couple of months going up and down. Dinosaurs and Thunder Dragons, that is, they are falling short next to Subterrors, a couple of others like Destiny Heroes, but more of that in a couple of moments. The first one, I'll start with, I guess, the least interesting one, that's Sky Strikers. As you know, Sky Strikers got a huge hit. I believe this was there in the OCG list, their second list, where Sky Strikers got a huge hit, and they can recover, especially in the OCG, where they still have access, or where they have access to Triple Pot of Avarice, and it's one of those cards that we in the TCG can't play. Looking at Maxi, for example. This particular build went 7-2, so 7 wins, 2 losses, and at least the one thing that Road of the King mentions here in the report, and that's somewhat different, I guess, from previous lists, is the addition of double Solemn Judgment here in the main deck. As you know, I mean, a multi-role is such a crucial card for the Sky Striker engine, getting those extra pluses back from your graveyard, and, well, the Sky Striker's weaknesses is in the OCG, Harpy's Feather Duster and Twin Twister, so cards like Solemn Judgment are preferred over cards like Solemn Strike and Solemn Warning, so I guess it's fine. Anyway, that was Sky Strikers because, you know, for the rest, it's just Sky Strikers, right? Orcust, here it is. So currently, and well, I guess place number 2, number 3 and number 4 all pretty much have the same representation, or had the same representation past weekend. Orcust, second weekend, and now finally we get some results here from this upcoming powerhouse, but it's already set and you already might have seen it in videos. Uploaded a couple of videos past week I think featuring Orcust, but their base combo, very strong combo, is just any possibility of leading into your Nightmare Mermaid, and you know, Mermaid into the Orcust Nightmare, and then, you know, you can start your shenanigans, right, eventually ending with a field of your Rusty Bardish, getting your, well, your Phantom Knight spell and trap card searches, and with your Jingrisu, you know, your new rank 8 Orcust Exceed, you can potentially rank up your Orcust monster into True King of all Calamities. Again, very strong. Small weaknesses that you can only use it during your opponent's, well, depending, right? You can use it during your own turn, but that's a different combo, but same goal, I guess. 2 possible builds here. I personally prefer the first one because in the OCG they still have all the crucial cards at maximum. I'm looking at Armageddonite, I'm looking at Malicious, and of course, as you see here, because of Needle Fiber currently at 1 right in the OCG, the Strudel can find its place in the main deck, and well, Needle Fiber fetches your Jet Synchron, for example, to make well, your only synchro in your extra deck. Also a very strong floodgate, by the way. Your Savage Dragon, Borrowload Savage Dragon, I believe the name is, a very strong list, guys. This is not something to underestimate. The traps, personally I prefer running more traps. The Orcust Infernity Barrier only at 1, I guess it's fine, searchable, right? Only 1 field spell as well. The field spell is crucial, it lets you play during your opponent's turn, but I guess it's just an extra brick if you're playing it at 2. The first option. The second option is more of a Sky Striker oriented version, I guess, from the deck. Main focus here is, of course, your Sky Striker engine, giving you the extra monster on the field to open up a Link 2 Link monster play, and going, well, for like Cerberus or Phoenix, leading to your Nightmare Mermaid play. And then, you know, it's basically the same combo: Nightmare Mermaid into your Orcust, into, well, you know, your Orcust shenanigans and your special summons and bargish, etc, etc. So this build, well, not really running or focusing on the Dark Warrior engine, but it's interesting because of, you know, ably one card ably normal summon equals into, you might have seen it. I'll leave the link in the video description of videos I previously uploaded featuring combos of the, you know, the new Orcus. So interesting, but yeah, not really sure Sky Strikers. Oh, something interesting is that the second build opts to run the Destiny draw from Orcust, while the first list didn't. Not really sure. It's kinda iffy. Personally, I don't think I want to have it in my main deck, but it's one of those cards that might unbrick your hand, so I guess it's fine. So Orcust. The third deck here, Salamangreat. Salamangreat had a great start, as you saw a couple of weeks ago, immediately taking up like a huge amount of numbers in the top cuts in the OCG format, although now it's declining. Maybe, well, it's still locals, not too important. I mean, if we go into Nationals format, more important tournaments, you might see probably an increase of Salamangreats, but yeah, still very early. This particular build went AO in a tournament of about 64 indeed, 64 participants, so that's decent, finishing up first place. I think the list is quite similar compared to the list I showed a couple of weeks ago. Small changes, I guess, is adding in 2 extra copies of the trap cards, the Salamangreat trap cards, both the Icarus attack-like card and their themed Infernity Barrier. As for the rest, yeah, at least from the list I saw, running the fusion spell. Their themed polymerization isn't that popular, but of course their fusion Salamangreat is in the extra deck because of double super polymerization can be important in, let's say, the mirror match. Salamangreat as well, very interesting. Although the side deck here, and that's also mentioned on Road of the King, is that Salamangreat people or players are side decking heavily against Thunder Dragons, right? Even though Thunder Dragons is not really, well, it's like top 5-ish, almost top 5-ish currently in the OCG as in representation of top cut decks, but still it can be important, right? You're always playing against a Thunder Dragon player in like a huge tournament, so you have to be prepared for it. Zephyros, not really something I can say about Zephyros. This particular list went 5-0-2, so 5 wins, 2 draws, I assume. Running a small Speedroid engine, Terratop, as you know, is at 2. Also running the Marble Machine, I guess. But yeah, it's also featuring Crystal Needle Fiber, and sadly we're not getting it. Well, sadly, because, you know, spicing things up. But yeah, keeping the format healthy, I guess. Speaking of a healthy format, I mean, if you see it, their representation of decks, it's a healthy format, right? So many possible decks you can run. So again, Zephyros. So as a conclusion, I mean, still early format, Salamangreat got a huge decline due to probably Orcust, for example, the newer decks, but yeah, still very early format, I guess. A couple of other lists, and the first tournament here is again, yeah, shoutouts to, of course, Road of the King, Cataloncho Store, ready for duel as well for the pictures. This particular tournament, like small locals, I guess, somewhere like 40 players, 38 players, Destiny Heroes, as you saw here, first place. Destiny Heroes, they got more support, as in a very powerful fusion card, very similar to Shadow Fusion, using your materials directly from your deck and Foolish Burial them to the graveyard. It's not too monster heavy. I believe the OCG does have access to multiple Stratos, only preferring one, and only one hero lives. This is also interesting, running the triple Manhunt in the main deck here. This is an interesting card. You know, it's like a Snatch Steal alike card, but sadly it's a trap card. But still, I mean, if you can take control of an opponent's monster, that's still a very powerful potential effect. But yeah, okay, it's somewhat I guess solved, if you can call it that way, being a trap, making it very slow, but still a very powerful card. So I'm eager to see how much, you know, of an impact Manhunt is going to have further into the into the OCG format. But Destiny Heroes, same. I'm very interested to see how Destiny Heroes is going to develop in the OCG format. I mean, this is just the beginning. So yeah, Masked Heroes slash D Heroes. Second place this we have Altergeist. As you know, Altergeist also heavily hit in the OCG, also main decking triple copy of Manhunt. So again, very interesting. What's the impact of this card, right? So let's wait it out for the next coming weeks. Orcust, I guess, using the Dark Warrior engine. Yeah, again, very similar build, if not the same build, I guess. This will also, yeah, Black Wings, but I'm not really sure if it's anything spectacular. Attacking in, and of course, with the new Raid Raptor Link monster opening up like a search of your rank up spell card, equaling something like Cyber Dragon Infinity, or of course your Azathoth during your opponent's turn. Very powerful, so very interesting, but no information about this particular list and how it did in its respective tournament. This one is interesting. Haven't seen Super Quantums popping up that much. It's not, well, it's okay. I mean, their new Link monster. This is a basic list, I guess. You know, you're basically maxing out most of your Super Quantum monsters bar your level 4, you're the green one. A lot of hand traps, the level 7 Phantasmate Dragon also. Only new Link monster here at 1, the Super Quantum Link in the extra deck. It's a powerful one, but again needs more support. Well, it's very I think the deck is very unique at what it does. So it's quite intriguing. That's what I want to say, but it's very vulnerable to hand traps. Super Quantums. The last one being Gravekeepers. Low amount of monsters, Indulgence, both Indulgence and Gotta Demise both in the same deck. I guess it's fine. Triple Roll Tribute, something we don't have in a TCG. Still a very powerful card, but not sure if, well, probably not, right? Gravekeepers being that strong. And oh, Manhunt at 3 here in the deck. So it seems that like anti-meta decks using Manhunt in their main deck. Okay. Guys, that's it. Again, like always, feel free to leave opinions, etc. Tomorrow should be the next video of the Cross Balance Cup. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.